The Maple Leaf Festival here in Carthage is back for its 55th year. I'm Bronte Sorotsky with why people from all over the 4 states are attracted to this event.
Plus, we're heading to the big pre-game show, Gorilla Fest in Pittsburgh. Also, Fort Scott's Fire Department holds an open house to showcase its newest edition, and prices keep going up because of the pandemic and supply chain backlogs. Now, experts are warning things are only going to get worse.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
We begin with developing news out of Pittsburgh after a woman is found dead in an apartment complex. Just before 6:30 this evening, officers with the Pittsburgh Police Department were called to 415 South Broadway, apartment 15, for a woman lying on the floor bleeding. Now, officials say the caller said they found the door open and saw the woman on the floor. EMS responded to the scene and the woman was pronounced dead. Police say the incident is being treated as a homicide investigation, and they do believe it to be isolated. Anyone with any information is urged to contact Pittsburgh Police Department at 620-231-1700 or at 620-231-TIPS. That's 8477. Of course, callers may remain anonymous. Well, the Maple Leaf Festival returns to Carthage for its 55th year. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky checked it out and tells us how this year's parade evolved from a marching band competition to one of the largest events in Southwest Missouri.
What started in the 60s as a marching band competition has now evolved into a yearly tradition, bringing people from all over the 4 states to Carthage.
There are people that a lot of people come back to Carthage for Maple Leaf. It's a big deal.
The Maple Leaf Festival in Carthage is celebrating its 55th year of family fun with a hometown vibe.
This is our biggest event, so I would say this is one of our holidays here in Carthage. So everyone partakes in it. Everyone has their places that they go. Everyone has their people that they see and meet up with after the parade, before. It's a good time.
The event gets its name from Mother Nature, as it occurs around the same time that the leaves start to change and the area welcomes in the fall.
It's awesome. I mean, I love it. You know, the trees are starting to turn colors, so it matched up perfectly with, Maple Leaf Parade, and it's just a really good time to, come out and enjoy the cooler weather.
The festival has been going on for over a week now, but attendees say the parade with a Fall into Carthage theme is what people really come out for, especially the music.
I love to see the bands. It was a lot of fun. Thought Webb City's band was awesome. Just listening to them, come get some corn dogs, see the booths. It's just a good time.
Probably the bands, seeing a lot of places coming around, even far away, coming to this parade.
Whether it was someone's first or 55th time at the parade, people in attendance were ready to welcome in the fall season. In Carthage, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
The Maple Leaf Festival will continue tomorrow with a piano at the First United Methodist Church. We'll have more details on that on our website. Well, the Pitt State homecoming festivities culminated with Gorilla Fest this morning, and it featured tons of students and alumni having a blast before the big game. Plenty of PSU faithful were ready to party as they packed Gorilla Village. There was no shortage of folks grilling and barbecuing. Of course, there's live music, fun and games for both kids and adults, and plenty of people partaking in that early morning beer. Attendees also got to enjoy a pregame pep rally before kickoff. One PSU alumni tells us why homecoming is one of his favorite events of the fall.
I think just seeing all my buddies that I went to college with and everybody that I enjoyed my time with here. I was here for 6 years. I got a master's degree and met a lot of people over the years, and seeing everybody back and supporting the Gorillas, man, it's the time to be alive.
Later in the show, we're going to have highlights from PSU's homecoming matchup against Lincoln during your KOAM Sports Report with Jacob Leonard. Well, the Fort Scott Fire Department held an open house today to show off some of their new equipment. That new equipment included this beauty right here. It's a brand new ladder truck, which officials with the department demonstrated at the open house. In addition to the new equipment, the fire department had fire safety demonstrations, including a smokehouse, which children could practice escaping from. And officials say it's the fire safety aspect that's the most important.
It's very important for children to understand the aspects of fire safety, how to react when your smoke detector goes off, and very important for adults and parents to understand how to make sure your smoke detectors are working and the monthly test that needs to happen.
The ladder truck wasn't the only new piece of equipment on display. The department also managed to get another truck recently that they wanted to go ahead and show off as well. And it was an absolutely gorgeous day for all things outdoors. Nick Kelly joins us.
Certainly was a beautiful day, Chris. At least that's how it looked, especially to start this morning out. But if you weren't used to a shock to the system, this was a little hard to grasp this morning. 38 degrees for a morning low, not quite tying the record back at 31, set back in 1966. But with dry air, mostly sunny skies and high pressure control, we wasted no time going back to at least 67. So that was a good warm up after quite a cold start this morning. It is nice that we don't have anything to track on the Skywatch Storm Tracker. No rain on the radar network and not much in the way of cloud cover either. Again, it's all because of high pressure working across southern Oklahoma. But as it continues to slide east, that's going to bring a southerly breeze back in here for tomorrow to encourage a warming trend to get going. In the meantime, though, it's cooling off fast already. Mid to upper 40s across much of the area. I'm expecting us to bottom out around 45 at downtown Joplin. Outlying areas will be in the lower to middle 40s, but we'll waste no time again, Chris, tomorrow with sunny skies warming up to about 73. We'll break down the rest of the week here in a bit.
All right, Nick, thank you. Well, America's bumpy pandemic recovery has Americans grappling with greater prices across the country. Labor shortages and supply chain problems are fueling higher prices on just about everything. And the latest data shows consumer prices up more than 5% over the last year. CBS's Lily Luciano is in Los Angeles with the latest.
Americans are digging deeper into their wallets this weekend. Food, gas, heat, everyday basics are getting more expensive.
Prices are ridiculous.
Consumer prices are at a 13-year high. Gas is up 42%, energy 25%, and at the grocery store, many items are out of stock.
The shelves are just completely empty.
America's demand for imported goods, coupled with logjams at the nation's ports, means shortages and higher prices.
The cost from point of origin to the destinations have gone up 10 times in the last 12 months.
University of Southern California global supply expert Nick Valles says consumers will bear the brunt, especially lower-income Americans.
What does this mean for inequality?
That gap will widen because those that have a lot of resources, financials and otherwise, will do much better in the constrained environment that we're in today.
Small businesses are struggling. Owner Lily Kipper of Kip's Toy Store saw the warning signs months ago.
We did our homework and started ordering really early on, like in April, for the holidays.
How are you dealing with the backlog?
It's very similar to just COVID, accepting that it's totally out of our control. Every day we open, we're like, okay, are we going to get a shipment today? I hope so.
Unemployment claims are at a pandemic low, but for Americans back at work, any wage increases are not offsetting those rising prices. Lilia Luciano, CBS News, Los Angeles.
We take this time now to honor one of our many four-state heroes. Private First Class William Rockers served in the Army during World War II, his hometown, Garnett, Kansas. We're proud to recognize Private First Class William Rockers, tonight's four-state hero. And remember, learn more about all of our heroes, or if you want to submit one of your own at any time, just head over to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, still ahead on the KOAM News at 10, a school bus crash in New Jersey leaves 2 dead, and 2 of the main runways at Reagan National Airport are closed. We're going to tell you why. 2 people are dead following a collision between a school bus and 2 other vehicles in New Jersey Friday night. Investigators say a Nissan SUV crossed the center line on County Road 540 and struck the school bus near Pittsgrove Township around 4 p.m. The bus and the Nissan swung around after impact, hitting a third vehicle, a Volkswagen. The driver of the Nissan, 70-year-old Pearl Cottle of Pittsgrove, died at the scene. The bus driver, 60-year-old Denise Powell of Newfield, died later at a local hospital. Driver of the third car, as well as 2 students from Olivet Elementary School, were taken to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Well, 2 of the main runways at Reagan National Airport outside Washington, D.C. were shut down Saturday night. American Airlines says a plane belonging to its regional carrier, Republic Airways, had a mechanical issue after landing. Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority reports that an Embraer E-175 had tires on its landing gear blow soon after touching down. And no one was injured, but authorities are transporting passengers to the terminal because the plane can't make it to the gate. The FAA says some flights are being delayed until the disabled commuter plane can be moved. In Britain, the brazen stabbing death of a member of parliament is once again testing how accessible politicians should be to the voters they represent. It's also being described as an act of terror. CBS's Roxana Saberi is in London with the latest.
Today, Prime Minister Boris Johnson and opposition leader Keir Starmer visited the scene of the crime, laying flowers where David Amess was killed. The Conservative member of Parliament was stabbed multiple times while meeting his constituents at this church. Police say they arrested a 25-year-old suspect there and that Islamist extremism could be a motive. Amess was known for his hardline views on Brexit, campaigning for animal welfare, and to his community for his service. The 69-year-old lawmaker had recently spoken out about the rise of knife crimes in Britain.
What more does my right honourable friend think that the police, society and Parliament can do to make sure that there never will in the future be such senseless murders again?
Now his murder is renewing calls for tighter security for lawmakers. In the year 2000, a man with a samurai sword attacked MP Nigel Jones and killed his aide. In 2016, Labour MP Jo Cox was shot and stabbed to death by a far-right extremist. Her sister, Kim Ledbetter, became a member of Parliament this year.
This is the risk that we're all taking. You know, and so many MPs today will be scared by this. And my partner came home and said, I don't want you to do it anymore.
Authorities are now reviewing lawmakers' security. MPs get police protection when they're here at Parliament, but elsewhere they typically meet with their constituents without any protection at all.
Later on the KOAM News at 10, it's another exciting edition of What Day Is It? Can you guess that from this video?
But first, we are already seeing temperatures cooling back quite a bit, with most of us in the 40s already. We got a warming trend over the next few days. We'll break that down in the forecast next. We had a pretty good Saturday, and a well-deserved one too, after we had to track quite a few storm systems throughout the course of the week. But today, it was all about open blue skies from sunrise to sunset. And we're still looking okay with quiet skies over Indigo Sky Casino and Resort just outside of Seneca, Missouri. As far as temperatures go, that's quite a different story. We had mild temperatures to start the weekend out, but that was primarily midnight highs or early morning highs in the mid-60s on our Friday. Behind the passing cold front, though, we dropped into the upper 30s and lower 40s this morning, but thankfully with dry air in place, a light breeze and clear skies, it does nothing but heat us up quickly throughout the day. That's why we saw highs back around 67 in Joplin especially. Thankfully, we are on a warming trend again as we go through early next week to get things started, but I am watching our next storm system with rain chances still looking kind of likely on Wednesday. Then behind that, we'll turn mild again, feel like fall again for sure, with temperatures back in the 60s by the end of the week. In the meantime, though, looking good from 7th and range line, but look at how fast it got in terms of temperatures. Cool, I should say. 47 in Joplin with a south breeze and a dew point at 42. Thankfully, this number has been climbing, so this eliminates any possibilities of upper 30s returning again for Sunday morning. But still, with everybody in the mid to upper 40s and us trending into the lower to middle 40s overnight, still going to be quite a cool start to wrap up our weekend tomorrow. But we can at least take solace that there are no active storm systems in place. There was nothing to track here on the Skywatch Storm Tracker other than an area of high pressure passing right along the Texas-Oklahoma border. That's keeping us quiet while I keep an eye on that next frontal system way up to the northwest. But again, it's got a long way to go before it changes things up around here. Plus, it's got to find an upper level ridge. This is what's going to keep us quiet for the next few days before that upper low out of the Gulf of Alaska sends that next front our way. In the short term, though, we're looking good, at least in terms of the skies and the breeze. It's staying light, the skies stay clear. But this is what's going to allow us to start rather cool once again for our Sunday morning. Overnight lows dropping off to 44 in Joplin or 45 degrees, but outside of the city, You might drop back into the lower 40s before we hit sunrise in the morning, but quickly jumping to 66 by noon, and afternoon highs right around 73 in Joplin. Everyone outside of the city, fair game to go back into the lower to middle 70s with a light south breeze and plenty of sunshine once again. We keep quiet for Monday, but we're still underneath the ridge, so that primarily keeps us in the mid 70s to get the new work week and school week underway. This keeps us quiet while we watch for this next upper level low. It mainly passes to our north, but it brings that next cold front on through, and you can see how it wants to bring in some scattered rain and storms on our Wednesday. Before that front rolls in though, look at that, 73 Sunday, upper 40s for Monday morning before we top back out near 74 degrees. The rest of the week's not looking bad, even with maybe some rain chances by Saturday. But 71 on Wednesday. Behind that front, we'll drop back into the mid to upper 60s by the end of the week, Chris. Really, you can't ask for a more fall-like forecast, and at least a good-looking forecast than that.
Yeah, we broke into fall, and it seems like now all of a sudden here it is. And didn't we say this too, that all of a sudden it would happen and it would just be here, and there it is.
Just like clockwork.
All right, Nick, thank you so much. Well, coming up in sports, Pitt State rolls to a homecoming win over Lincoln. Plus, Missouri Southern's game against Central Missouri comes down to the final seconds. Jacob Leonard joins us with that and more next.
The Missouri Southern Lions are at home tonight hosting the Central Missouri Mules. The Missouri Southern is 2-4 through 6 games, but they picked up a big win last time out, beating Lincoln 52-32. Now tonight, Southern aims for their first home win since 2018 and back-to-back wins for the first time in 7 years. Now, Mules lead 7-3. Josh Mercer gets outside, flies by everybody, goes 56 yards for the score. Lions on top. Now UCM with a big play here. Carthage High School product Arkell Smith cuts inside and crosses to the far side. Gets the touchdown, and just like that, we've got another lead change. Missouri Southern answers, though, back to the run game. It's Nathan Glades this time, getting in for the score. 17-14 Lions. A first quarter all offense, second quarter all defense. Malachi Broadnax gets the interception. They would get a field goal off of that. Lions up 6 at half. Now Central leading down the stretch. Look at this from Dawson Hurl. Gets the throw off just as he's taken down. Taylor Thomas there. 48-yard score. Now Lions within 1. Check this out. As time expires, that's Nick Williams. 27-yard field goal is good. And that's it. That's the game winner. Southern tops Central Missouri in a nail-biter, 30-28.
Dawson came to the sideline and told me, "You give me a stop, JoJo, and we'll score. We'll go win this thing for y'all." So, and I shook his hand, and I knew he meant it. So that was a different experience right there for both of us.
They have full confidence in me to do what I do, and again, that just helps me out a lot. And Coach Bradley I feel like he's got utmost confidence in me, which helps me out, and go out there and do it.
This weekend is homecoming weekend for the Pittsburg State Gorillas. Pitt State welcomes in Lincoln today, looking to bounce back from a tough loss at Northwest last weekend. The Gorillas are 4-2 coming into this one. Lincoln 0-5. Lincoln punting early. Look at Adam Smith flying in there to block it. Gorillas with good field position. And just a few plays later, Max Sexton fakes the handoff, turns on the Jets and scores. 27-yarder for Sexton. It's 7-0 Pittsburg State. Then they get the pass game going. Sexton to Bryce Murphy. The Neosho product gets loose for the 29-yard touchdown. Pushes the PSU lead to 14. Now another local guy. Heard his name before. Former Pittsburgh Purple Dragon Elijah Harris. Gets behind the defense there. 74-yard touchdown catch and run. It's his first of 2 scores today. That's 21-0. How about some more local guys? You know this guy too. Former Frontenac Raider Brandon Malikas gets the interception for Pitt State. And this one here is the one that brought the house down, all right? Adam Albertini, the St. Paul product, 52-yard touchdown for Albertini. Gorillas roll 59-7, but that touchdown there, no doubt, the favorite play of the day for the Gorillas.
It was pretty crazy. Teeny is he's a well-loved guy on the team. He works hard. Like I said, he's one of those guys that he works hard in games like this. He gets his chances, and you can see what he could do with it.
It was exhilarating, man. It was awesome. I love Teeny's a great kid. Comes from St. Paul, this area, and works his butt off. wouldn't want another guy to do it but him.
He's just a goofy kid. Everyone on the team loves him and wants to see him do good. So it was awesome to see that long run of his.
The Fort Scott Greyhounds picked up their first win of the season last weekend, shutting out RPA College. Now, Fort Scott remains at home this week, aiming for back-to-back wins with a tough one against Coffeyville. Now, the Red Ravens are 4-0 and ranked 7th in the nation coming into this one. And Greyhounds got a punt in the second quarter here. They come up with the play on special teams. Returner muffs the punt. Abias Wakes jumps on it for Fort Scott. Pretty slow game here, 3-3 at halftime. To the third quarter, though, Coffeyville starts to pull away. Handoff goes to Star Thomas. He gets through to the far side and in. Red Ravens up 10-3. Fort Scott defense, though, continues to fight all day long. On the Jackson Thomas run, Ethan Hicks makes the hit, causes the fumble, then recovers the fumble. But Coffeyville just too much today. Here in the fourth, Thomas rolls out and finds Isaiah Taylor. One move for Taylor and he's in for the touchdown. Red Ravens pull away to stay perfect, beating Fort Scott 31-3. The Independence Pirates, 6-0, ranked number 3 in the nation. They're at home this evening against the Dodge City Conquistadors. It was close for a while, but Independence pulls away 47-17. Pirates are now 7-0 on the season. They'll host Coffeyville on the 31st. One more JUCO game here. NEO on the road against Cisco, looking for their third win in 4 games. Now, they had a chance, but the Norsemen miss a late 43-yard field goal and fall in a tight one 14-12. NEO will be back home next weekend hosting Gordon's Prep. That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Well, today's a good one for me. It's World Cat Day. Let's just call today Catter Day. The day is aimed at bringing awareness to humane and non-lethal programs for cats. Now, felines face euthanasia at a much higher rate than any other shelter animal, but programs geared at capturing and neutering can help control populations, and they make it possible for stray cats to live full and healthy lives. Now, to honor this global day and help save cats and kittens, find a program near you to support, or you can visit a shelter and consider adopting a new feline family member. Now, I only say it's good for me. I like cats. I grew up with a lot of cats. I like cats, so it's good to know that we have a cat day. Also, a good day for Pitt State and Missouri Southern today.
Yeah, I don't know exactly when the last time both of them won on the same day, but I'm guessing it's been a while. But also, don't forget the Chiefs right here on KOAM at noon tomorrow.
We cannot forget that. Nick Kelly, weather for tomorrow if you're watching.
Yeah, we're going to start cool in the morning, but another great day with open blue skies. That'll bring us back to 73 tomorrow, and watch for our next chance of rain on Wednesday.
All right, guys, thank you so much. That's our time for now. We'll see you back here tomorrow night. Thanks for making us part of your night.